Well, hi, it's me, Chris Pilsum, and today I discovered something relative interesting. When you would take the high voltage transformer of a microwave, you've got two coils, two windings. I took the windings out, and these two coils are these of a transformer of a microwave. Well, this is secondary for the 230 volt input. This is no, primary, secondary, my mistake. And this is secondary. This actually gives out a voltage of around 2000 volts. But here's the thing, I discovered something very interesting. When you take out the secondary winding out of the transformer of a microwave and you connect it to your amplifier, and you will select the input of phone. It's a more sensitive input as usual. Then this coil is able to pick up the most tiniest amount of fluctuations in the magnetic field surrounding us. I'll give a small example. If I would put the coil about 2 meters removed from the amplifier, select phone and put on the volume, then you can hear this low noise vibe coming out of the speakers. But this has got nothing to do with the 230 power grid voltage interacting with the wire. This is actually the magnetic frequency that the coil picks up from the transformer inside of the amplifier. I will give a small demonstration. When I'll rotate the coil, it gets out of alignment of the magnetic field of the transformer, and you can hear the bars go away. Now it's out of alignment, now it's in of alignment. This also means when I will place the high voltage coil towards the amplifier, it gets worse and worse and worse. So actually the magnetic field of the transformer inside the amplifier is already being picked up by this coil. I'll give another example how extreme sensitive this is. So I'll put it over here, out of alignment from the magnetic field of the transformer of the amplifier. Now I will increase the volume, like about 70% of full potential. Over here we've got the secondary, the primary winding, and I'm going to put a voltage on it about from 3 volts only, with about 500 milliamps of this tone generator I made myself. Like, one moment please. So okay, this tone generator gives an output about 4 pulses each second. You can already hear the tipping coming out of the speaker. Through this coil there's about a voltage from about 3 volts with about 500 milliamps. That would make 1.5 watts. I'm going to increase the pulsing frequency that the tone generator puts on the coil. Now, the coil is over there. The second other coil is over here. There's 2 meters between. If I would move the coil, you can hear the sound disappear, because the magnetic field that this coil generates is out of alignment of the coil hole over there. But when I rotate it, it gets in alignment. So what I'm basically have proven right now, I'll put it off, is that the extreme tiny amount of magnetic pulsing field that this coil is generating can be easily picked up by the coil over there. So what I'm going to do now, I want to make an installation that I can check out what kind of sounds the magnetic field of the earth produces. But because the coil picks up the field of the transformer, and I can put it out of alignment to put it away in like so, you still have a tiny fuzz. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this coil onto a big pole high in the air to get it away from all the transformers and pick up all the interference of the magnetic field of the planet. If I would put the volume even harder, you can hear several sounds in the back noise. You can hear tiny ticks. Now these tiny ticks, I was checking them out. Oh, there's a big one. I was checking them out in the evening, and I thought, well, maybe I'm picking up all the electronic devices people put on and off in the night in my entire environment. But this means when it's daytime, the ticks and the click sounds that I'm picking up in the magnetic field should increase because the activity of other people are increasing too. So what I'm going to do now is put the coil onto a big pole high into the air, so I do not pick up any interference of any transformers giving a buzz. Then I will reconnect it to a different amplifier and even increase the power output. And if I'm a little bit lucky, I can put the sound into my computer and I can turn it into a file. Because this is interesting. Why? All the tiny activities in the core of the planet will conduct through the magnetic field of the planet, and it will be picked up by this coil, and the amplifier will turn it into sound. This effectively means I can now monitor all the magnetic related activities that is going on inside of the planet. And this might be very interesting. Oh, that's a big one. I wonder what this could be. over there. This is where my magnet sensing tub is. As we are going to listen to the sounds, I reactivated the coil again. So this is the coil once again emitting at 1.5 watts. Inline, out, inline, because the halo, this one he is emitting a halo. If it goes in line with the coil up top over there, then you can receive the sound at its best. Well, as you can hear still a low frequency noise, just a little bit now. The bus is almost totally away, but I will work on that with some more audio stuff. But you can hear these tiny noises way better now. And something else important that I did, the whole pole is from here to here till here from metal, but this tiny part is a plastic PVC pipe. So this is plastic and the rest is metal, so that the pole will not won't pick up any magnetic interference. Well, over here you can see another amplifier, which I took to just especially for this setup. So it's basically simple. All the vibrations and noises in the magnetosphere surrounding the Earth, actually the magnetic sphere of this planet, including every electronic device that is generating a tiny magnetic spike, you can hear back from this speaker. The fuzz, the low noise you can hear, is from all the surrounding transformers in the whole neighborhood with this 50 Hertz sound. All the tricks, I think it's all kind of electronics being switched on and off in this totally surrounding, but there is a strange thing to it. When it was 2 o'clock at night, it was a little bit less, but now it's in the evening, it should be at least 20 times more, and it's not. So I'm not 100% sure what all these tiny twig sounds are coming from. However, the most coolest thing of all is you can now listen to the magnetic field surrounding the whole neighborhood, and if something weird, that's the beautiful part, might happen to the magnetical energy field of the planet, I will hear it too. And if some very creepy noises will come out, I'll let you hear about it. It can be some louder. You can hear that the noise, the 50 Hertz, is from all the transformers. I tested it. When I short circuit the coil, the sound disappears. So it's not from the electricity tension field, but it's truly from the magnetic field of all the transformers in the surrounding area. And that's pretty amazing.